Let's do this. The Cult of Hockey podcast by the faithful and for the faithful. I'm David Staples of the Edmonton Journal, and I'm here today with Bruce McCurdy. Welcome, Bruce.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Good. A win, an Oilers win, is always a good thing. And at the start of the year, Tippett talked about how they're going to have to win games in various ways, including having the goaltender steal one now and then. And that's exactly what we saw tonight. The Oilers won the game 3-2. And Bruce, they were outchanced. Grade A chances 14-7. 14-7. So this is definitely a case of Mike Smith coming up big. So we're going to do our because it's a win and it's the first game of the season. We're gonna live large tonight. Bruce. We're gonna do, instead of 2 good things, 2 bad things, and 2 numbers podcast. We're gonna do 4 good things, 2 bad things, and 2 numbers.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start off with the good thing, Mike Smith. And there's not a whole heck of a lot to say other than he was pretty much outstanding. I think the second goal went in on a tip. I think that's been determined correct. And he just made one great save after another. He moved the puck really well, and that makes up for a lot of defensive shortcomings, or some defensive shortcomings of the Oilers at least, who are, and we're going to get into this a little later, as their defensive puck moving. But Smith moved the puck very well. He looked like almost like he wasn't their best player tonight. I would actually give that to, well, maybe he was their best player between him and Leon, but he just looked like a great goalie. He kind of reminded me of like Rolly the goalie, putting on a show and having some charisma in net, making all the saves. Rolly the goalie at his best. So I just was really impressed with Mike Smith.
Yeah, he does have tons of charisma. He's a lot of fun to watch, as my early take on Mike Smith. I enjoy the roaming and the puck handling, and I know there's going to be a time or 2 or maybe 5 over the course of the season where it's going to cause us pain. But a lot of good comes out of it. Like he wins pucks. It's not just a matter of him handling pucks. Like he comes out and he picks pucks off above the goal line, and sometimes they're on the cycle and he breaks the cycle. One play he made, a very subtle play that I really liked, was a slow shoot in that came through the trapezoid where he couldn't play it. But what he did was he went right out into the trapezoid and sheltered the puck so that it had an extra split second to roll out of the trapezoid and on the good side. There's no rule saying he can't go in the trapezoid, just say he's not allowed to touch the puck there. And he looked very much like a smart puck protecting forward on that play. That was really good. He's a very noticeable figure out there, isn't he?
He sure is. He made a couple really snappy passes. Like at once it looked like he was going to dish it off into the corner, and he just fired it across the crease all of a sudden to a defenseman breaking up the ice. There was, has been some analytical work done, and there's some schools of thought about goalies moving the puck that they're not really that effective in terms of their pass percentage. But when it works, it works, and it was working tonight. So I'm going to give him credit. What was your?
And he also drew a too many men on the ice penalty with a smart pass into the Vancouver bench during a line change. I like that a lot.
That's always good. Lots of that. Okay. What was your?
Well, Leon Draisaitl. My goodness, David. He was dominant. He came out in the first period and he was like all over the ice and just powering all over everywhere. He had multiple good chances on net himself. And then he started to distribute the puck as the game went along. And he wound up getting, scored the first goal to break the ice, and then he had the primary assist on the other 2 goals in a 3-2 win. I mean, what's not to like? That cross-ice pass that he fed to Kassian on the 2-2 was a thing of beauty. He made a great Russian pass to Alex Chason, where Chason was so surprised to get the puck on his stick in the slot that he completely whiffed the shot, but the setup was good. And he played a ton. He played in all situations. He started on the penalty kill. He only played 2 minutes and 16 seconds, but I think he started all the penalty kills, took the face-off, and as soon as they cleared the zone, he did the face-off get-off thing. And then one of the things Tippett did that I thought was really interesting was, because he didn't use Draisaitl and McDavid much on the penalty kill, that he would stack the next shift coming right afterwards. So the Oilers would get kind of a mini power play of their own. If they successfully killed the one against them, they would come back with their best.
That did bite them. Well, that was a tough play on McDavid's part when he lost his helmet. But
Oh,
McDavid and Draisaitl were out there. But that's just one of those crazy plays, like
yeah.
crazy, crazy plays. You know, Bruce, Leon Draisaitl's a center. He's got to play center this year.
Well,
Like seriously.
played left wing tonight and had a goal and 2 assists.
Well, was he on left wing? Or was
yeah,
he
with Nuge, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he took all the draws. Like he took 24 draws.
Who was the center?
The rest of the team took 25, and Leon took 24. But he technically sort of lined up. Well, during the action, Nuge was kind of the center. Again, we're going to have to watch for a while and see who's doing what out there.
Yeah.
But
That line didn't stay together that long, did it? I mean, he went to McDavid and Draisaitl
at times, for
fairly
sure.
early, like by the third period. That's what we were seeing, and I think halfway through the second he switched over. So, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it was one of his best games in the NHL. He just dominated the game. He was the best player on the ice, and other than, well, both goalies were pretty damn good, but yeah, Draisaitl was special. So Bruce, my second good thing was James Neal, and he got two really strong shots on net. I rated them as we rated them as grade B chances. They were just on the cusp of being grade A chances. Just good hard shots right on net. Moved well, made plays. You know, he's not an all-star two-way player. I'm getting the sense, but he's also not Milan Lucic, and I'll leave it at that.
He's a playmaker, is the impression I got. That at some point during the game, he's going to be involved in the play and make something happen. And he did tonight on a couple of occasions. Like, I don't think that was anything close to what he would call a great game, but he had his moments. And
What's
we'll
your
see
second?
what happens. My second good thing is Zack Kassian, who had a very fine game. Zack had a goal and an assist and +3.
He had at least one really good hit too, didn't he?
He had one real beauty hit at the end of a cycle where the Vancouver guy finally got a hold of the puck and cleared it, and Zack came in and closed him down and just crunched the guy. Anyway, he had 2 hits, which was the most among any Oiler forward in the game. And he had one shot which he buried. That was a great shot. Like, it hit just behind the crossbar roof of the net. Beautiful setup, but boy, did he make that shot count. He beat Markstrom clean. And he just seemed to be engaged and involved, and that's when, like, Kassian is famously erratic as a player. I think I once referred to him as the Okotoks. Anyway, he's
Okotoks?
The Okotoks. That's the name of the big rocks down in Okotoks, Alberta, that were left behind by the glacier. The geological term for them is they're erratics.
Oh, I see.
That's what he is. Anyway, but on this night he was at the top of his game.
High level humor, Bruce. That's gonna be over the heads.
That's science. That's
many
science
people.
geek. That's science geek humor. Yeah.
Even when you explain it.
Yeah, those Okotoks are a great place to visit, by the way.
Anyway, cool to see. Nygaard also threw a huge hit. He really busted someone, and I thought actually he wasn't bad. So my bad thing, Bruce, was I saw a lot of puck moving that reminded me a lot of last couple of years. I thought Ethan Bear and Oscar Klefbom moved the puck really well. That Chris Russell was okay, but Benning made a nice play on the goal, but Nurse and Larson and Benning, but especially Nurse and Larson, they were firing up the boards, and I'm just tired of it. And they've got to do better. They're better. Nurse especially, he's a better player than that. In the first period, there was one moment where he gets the puck passed back to him and just riffs it up the boards, and they kept it in. Like, stop doing that. Why do you do that? So that's my bad thing. Is I think they're going to need another. They need to change their personnel more. Ethan Bear looked really good moving the puck. Clefbaum, but they need at least one more guy, probably two, in this lineup if they are going to be a playoff team. And I'm looking forward to Persson getting back and getting in the lineup at the same time as Ethan Bear, because I think then they'll have three guys who can really move the puck. What's your bet?
Well, I saw Jujar Kara bad tonight. He had a tough game, especially in his own zone. Man, he was struggling to move the puck efficiently. He overskated it for a real bad turnover one time that caused a penalty, and just was unable to get the puck over the blue line. Officially, he got one giveaway, but I counted 4 turnovers by him in the defensive zone, and he was his line. I mean, that's part of the reason they couldn't get out of their own zone, was they couldn't make a damn play. But when he was out there on the ice, the shot attempts were 7 for the Oilers, 23 for the Canucks. Like they were buried deep in their own territory, him and Cave and Archibald. That line did not have a strong game.
Archibald twice made really, really weak and costly turnovers. One of them turned into the second goal, where he turned that puck over and was pushed around in the zone and fired in the net. And at the end of the first period, I think it was about 40 seconds left, he made a turnover, and then led to extended offensive zone pressure and a really, really good chance for Vancouver. So
that was, I watched the replay of that because I was cursing that play, and then I looked at the replay, and Quinn Hughes made a fantastic play there at the blue line. Archibald put the puck about 3 feet in the air off the boards and by him, except for Hughes took it right out of the air. And then the Oilers were sucking wind. I mean, that's part of that minus 23 Corsi was that one shift. It was 2 minutes and 4 seconds. The last 2 minutes and 4 seconds of the first period, and about the last minute of that, the Pedersen line got out over the boards against the tired Oilers, and it was just a horror show for that whole last minute. Yeah. And Smith made one great save off of Pedersen, and there was 2 other really close chances, and just that horn couldn't come quick enough, man. That was brutal.
Yeah. They're tough plays getting the puck out, but he had full possession.
He did.
He's got full possession. He's got to get it out. I mean, that's the job. And fair enough. Sometimes another player does make a really strong play. Quinn Hughes, I thought, looked. That's the kind of player. This is why the Canucks had so many scoring chances, Bruce. They had Quinn Hughes. They had Troy Stetcher. They have players moving the puck, making plays with the puck. And the Oilers, they've just got to get some more. They've got to move away, and they've got to, I don't know, maybe they're going to make a trade, but they've got to trade one of their defensive defensemen for an offensive defenseman, or switch them out. So that's my early prognosis based on watching this crap show for 2 years of the same thing. Yeah. They were good in 2016, 17.
All right, okay, maybe the last 2.
Maybe
10 before that.
Well, that group 6 defenseman got it done. I mean, Sekera, they have never replaced Andrei Sekera, essentially, since he got hurt. And we're still feeling the effects of that, although maybe it's going to change. Ethan Bear did look good. All right, what is your number?
I'm going to pick 2 numbers because they're both from the same category. This is ice time. And they are for Oilers centers. You called him a center, so I'll agree now. Leon Draisaitl, 26 minutes, 46 seconds, which is a ton of ice for a forward. Like, that's a huge amount, and it was in fact the most for any player on either team, including defenseman. Darnell Nurse was a few seconds behind at 26-27. And at the other end of the spectrum, Gaetan Haas, who had his family fly in from Switzerland to watch him play, played 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And it's funny, like, I don't understand it, because I saw Haas good in this game. Like, how can you even see him at all in 2 minutes and 11 seconds? But 3 different times I saw him break up a play before it got into the Oilers zone, and him turning north with the puck through the neutral zone and taking it the other way. And I thought, he's doing the job. He stiffed Vancouver on the zone entry on a couple of those plays. And anyway, whatever Tippett saw, he's going to have to look at the film, because he's going to see good things when he does.
He looked better than Colby Cave at center.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know how much time Cave got. What did he get?
Oh, he got way more than that. He got 13 minutes.
Yeah. So
So
they're
anyway,
they're figuring it out. So
yeah. So
all
those are
right.
the extremes of because they had the fourth line center, they barely used it all. They were doubling up on, especially Leon. It seems like, I mean, 20, almost 27 minutes is a massive game for a forward.
My
Like
numbers,
5 minutes more than McDavid.
my numbers are 6 and 4. They are the number of major mistakes on grade A scoring chances against by the Oilers' so-called shutdown pairing of Darnell Nurse and Adam Larson. Now, 3 of them came on one sequence where, man, they were lucky not to get scored on. Nurse went the wrong way to cut off the guy behind the net. He got fooled, and then that guy came the other way and whipped out the pass that Larson failed to cover and right it to the guy in the slot. And Kassian kind of was looking the wrong way, covered the wrong guy coming through the slot.
That was Tanner Pearson, right? And he went like wham, 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 3 shots from
Yeah,
about 2 feet out.
I never pay attention to who the guys on the other team. It was one of those guys, Bruce. And so I, I, I I'm not a fan of the shutdown pairing. I just think I would prefer to see Chris Russell on the role. I just think he's more suited to it and move Darnell Nurse to. What I want to see as soon as possible is Joel Persson and Oscar Klefbom and Ethan Bear and Darnell Nurse. So two passing attacking pairs of defensemen and one shutdown pair, and see how that goes. Because listen, you allow 14 grade A scoring chances in a game, you're going to lose. You're going to lose 50 games in a season if that's what's going to happen. So they've got to do better than that, and that's my prescription for how it might happen.
Okay, here's a bonus number for you. Tanner Pearson, 11 shots tonight. He was all over the ice. 11
Wow.
shots. Yeah.
Wow. That's
good.
that's a lot of shots. And he didn't score, did he?
Yeah, he was the guy who got the tip. He got the tip on
He
the
got that
2-1
tip, did
goal.
he? Yeah, I was trying to
Where
ascertain.
Bear got his stick too high, and instead of getting under his stick to lift it, he got his stick up on his body, and Pearson's stick was free on the ice to tip the shot.
Still great to get a win, eh? A win is I've been critical here, but a win, it really is great to win.
Win in regulation, send Vancouver home with 0 points. This is a good outcome, David.
Great outcome. And I just had the feeling that if Koskinen was in net, Bruce, that it might not have been the same outcome in that game. So
that's just a distinct possibility.
But we'll see Koskinen soon enough, and he can prove me wrong.
Play next game is my bet.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they're going to split the first 2 starts, and I thought originally Koskinen would be the favorite to get the first one, but I could be wrong. For sure, next week they go on the road, and they got a weird schedule. They got 2 days off, they play a game. They got 2 days off, they play a game, and then from the 8th to the 24th, they play every other day, every even-numbered day between the 8th and the 24th, 8 in a row with 1 day rest, which is actually good. Like, you couldn't really ask for much better than that, other than it kind of doesn't leave much practice time, but it means the team is always sort of fairly well rested.
I'll bet you a cup of coffee that Mike Smith's in at the next game, Bruce.
Okay.
All righty. It's on.
Yeah. You'll be drinking at my expense, very possibly, because I'm sure Tippett liked what he saw tonight. And the thing about switching goalies is that the puck handling thing is a big deal. And it's a big deal to the team. So we'll see how that goes. Like the 50-50 split that everybody's kind of been envisioning. The team has to play 2 different ways, depending on which one of those big guys is in net.
Yeah, it's quite a radical difference, but we'll see how
Not
that
quite
goes.
Dave Dryden and Don Smokey McLeod. That was the net-minding pair. The first year I had season tickets with the WHA Oilers, and that was as extreme as you can get. Dave Dryden was not a puck handler at all, and Smokey McLeod was crazy. He would go anywhere, do anything.
Smokey McLeod had the Ultimate 70s nickname and the Ultimate 70s hair. And I think he actually kind of had the Ultimate 70s goaltending style too. So he was the Ultimate 70s goalie, at least in the WHA.
He looked like a Harley Davidson kind of guy, you know. And
Yeah.
he had 8 assists that year he played with the Oilers, and he was the backup, right? And he only played 130 games. He had 8 assists, and that was his game. He was just crazy on the puck. So at least Mike Smith tonight proved that he's okay on the puck, at least most of the time, effective, let's call it that, and he can stop pucks because he stopped quite a few tonight. He's his kind of lunging style leaves me a little bit nervous, but we'll see. So far,
Smokey
so good.
McLeod. Yeah, somewhere on a desert highway, Bruce. He's riding a Harley Davidson.
I am afraid,
Long hair flying in the wind.
Smokey has passed on to his final reward a few years ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, there you go.
He's gone.
All right, Bruce, thanks for talking tonight.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. Nice win to open the season. I'm off. I won't be podcasting here the next couple games because I'm off to the West Coast to do our 41st annual National Eternal Hockey Draft. And last year I went to the East Coast, and this year I went to the West. We're going to the West Coast, so national is the word. We have members from literally St. John's to Victoria. So
Good stuff.
I'm off visiting friends for a bit, and just the timing of draft, it has to be at the beginning of the season. So, but we'll be back in the saddle here in a week.
All righty. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And in the meantime, and in between times, this has been another edition of the Cult of Hockey podcast. And Godspeed to Don McLeod.